In America today, we see Muslims through the looking glass of otherness. Since the tragic attacks on the World Trade Centers on September 11, 2001, Americans have the tendency to group all South Asians and Arabs under the same stereotypical umbrella of Islamic terrorism. The social anxiety that Americans hold towards Muslims is commonly referred to as Islamophobia. According to the article American Muslim Minorities, the New Human Rights Struggle, as of 2010, 6 million Muslims live in the American population of about 300 million. These 6 million Muslims are subject to unfair discrimination and violence, unfortunately. There has been little research conducted on the behavior of Americans towards Muslims, and in order to fix the problem of this type of discrimination, Americans need to be educated on the truth about Muslim culture and religion. Today, Muslims are discriminated against politically, socially, and religiously through acts of violence and crippling stereotypes. Discrimination against Muslims was not just a result of September 11, 2001. This prior discrimination has a lot to do with the media's negative portrayal of Islam as a violent religion. Muslims are often victims of political discrimination. After 9/11, the United States government passed both the CLEAR Act and the Patriot Act. Both acts allowed detention of suspected non-citizens without a warrant. Although these legislations were intended to protect Americans from terrorism, oftentimes Muslims were wrongfully persecuted and roughly accused by law enforcement and government officials as a result of these acts. In addition to being politically persecuted by government legislations, Muslims also face social discrimination. There are various reports of abuse towards Muslims, including telephone, internet, face-to-face threats, minor assault, vandalism, and shootings. The article Attitudes Towards Muslims Americans Post 9/11 states that the FBI reported a 1,700% increase of hate crimes towards Muslims between 2000 and 2001. Hate crimes against Muslims continue to contribute to the widespread discrimination against the Muslim community. As stated in the article Historical Events and Spaces of Hate Crimes Against Arabs and Muslims in Post 9/11 America, despite the state and national efforts to reduce hate crimes against Muslims, data shows that the crimes are not decreasing and are only expected to increase. Due to the fact that Muslims are targeted in places that they are supposed to be considered safe in, like their homes and mosques, members of the Muslim community constantly live in fear throughout their day-to-day lives. The building of mosques across the United States has been a constant topic of controversy. Many hate crimes have been targeted at mosques across the country, sometimes ending in bombing and destruction of mosques. The opposition to the construction of mosques in America continues to be a source that motivates and drives religious profiling towards Muslims. Muslims continue to be discriminated against socially through various media outlets and hate crimes. The discrimination continues for Muslims economically. Although the United States is supposed to be a country of equal opportunity for employment, employers and co-workers often discriminate members of the Muslim community. Employers often prevent Muslims from wearing traditional dress such as headscarves and also ask them not to participate in their daily prayer times. According to the article American Muslim Minorities, the New Human Rights Struggle, complaints about workplace discrimination are up to nearly 60% from 2005 to 2010, and this is only expected to increase. The biggest and most widespread type of discrimination towards Muslims is religious discrimination. In addition to their mosque being burned and being asked not to participate in daily prayer times at work, all Muslims are grouped under one stereotypical umbrella of Islamic terrorism. Islamophobia is a real phobia that Americans have towards Muslims. Many times, people assume that people of Middle Eastern races are automatically Islamic, thus meaning they must be violent terrorists. This religious profiling is wrong and unfair to those of Middle Eastern origin because many people automatically categorize them as being Islamic terrorists. Discrimination against Muslims will continue if we don't do something about it. The root of most discrimination, and especially discrimination against Muslims, is the lack of education about their culture and religion. Due to the misconceptions and negative portrayal of Muslims by the media outlets before 9/11 and after, Americans are quick to judge Muslims and discriminate against their religion and cultural practices. Through educating the public, we can lessen discrimination for the Muslim community and is something that we must do in order to be a better country and allow everybody their civil liberties.